response is crazy. The way it sounds is crazy. The way it performs is crazy. This is such a good, the engine, man, I love it. It's beautiful. Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Driven Dynamic here. Today, we're gonna be talking to you about why this Honda Accord, well, not mine specifically. Oh, it is pretty good, I love it. But I'm gonna be talking to you about why the Honda Accord Euro is the perfect car. Perfect first car, perfect, it's just a good car. And that's the beauty of it, right? I say that you could use this as a first car, but this could also be your first track car. This could also be just a daily driver for you. Like, this really is, for me, I feel like it's one of the best cars on the market right now, right? Now, if I want to start somewhere, let's start with the price, right? Honda Accord Euro, they're pretty cheap. You can pick these up for, I've seen people pick these up for 3,000 Australian dollars. I bought my first one for just under 4,000 Australian dollars. You can get really nice condition ones. They're usually about like 8,000-9,000, around that mark. And you're not gonna get that type of value with other cars, right? Let's think about, let's say for example, a Honda EK, right? Civics you can get for the same price, but you don't have that peace of mind of knowing that this is a practical, reliable daily driver, right? This car, I beat on this car every day, man. I really put this shit through some. I'll be destroying this car, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, as I was saying earlier, it's a pretty reliable car, man. I thrash this car every single day. Every time I drive it, I hit VTEC at least 20 times, right? It's a car that you can have peace of mind on. You can take this car to the track, drive home, no issues, and you know it's gonna do it. Another thing about this car, right? You can pick up an EK with a D series, with a D16, right? Single jingle. Or you can get a K24. Mind you, this is probably one of the best K24 variants out there, apart from the K24A2 in the Acura TSX, you know, the American model. This K24 is probably one of the best engines, the best 4-cylinder engines of all time. Anyone can argue with me, I don't care. When we're talking about naturally aspirated engines for the mid-2000s, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engines, this is one of the best. And that's not up for debate. This car's so much fun. I ring this thing out to almost 8,000 RPM, hit VTEC at about 5,000. You know what? Let me show you. Actually, I might not be able to. Let me show you what I mean, right? That's what I mean. It just picks up. The throttle response is crazy. The way it sounds is crazy. The way it performs is crazy. This is such a good, the engine, man, I love it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful engine, man. What more can I say? I'd just like to take a quick moment to say thank you to everyone that's supporting the channel. We've reached a lot of growth in a short amount of time, so I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's supporting. As you know, community is a big thing for me, especially in the automotive space, so I really do appreciate it when people show love. As well as that, we've got the Oz Honda community. I saw you showed a bit of love to the channel as well. They've hooked me up with the Oz Euro t-shirt, you know, just trying to get all the Hondas together. And I really appreciate what they be doing. So, you know, I'll put the link down below. Go check them out. Get yourself a little t-shirt. They've got a whole bunch of extra more t-shirts and whatnot. So go check out Oz Honda, and I'll put the link down below. Let's get into it. Now, let me tell you a little story, right? I've got a good friend of mine, right? And he was very kind enough to give me the opportunity to drive his DC2 Integra Type R, right? And that car was great. I loved how it drove. It was lightweight. It was perfect, right? But when I got back into my Accord, my Honda Accord Euro felt so similar to the DC2 Type R, right? And no, not the engine. The engine in the DC2 Type R is in a different league, right? It's so raw. The car feels very raw, right? But what it is with this car and the DC2 that's so similar is the way that it kind of rolls, the way that it turns, right? And this car essentially feels like a more modern, less raw version, more modern, slightly heavier version, or slightly, it's like 300 kilos heavier, but essentially a heavier version of the DC2 Type R. I've owned a Honda Civic Type R, like I've owned an FN2, that felt nothing like the Integra, right? That felt nothing similar. I've heard people say that the DC5 doesn't even feel like the DC2. And why is that, right? Now, because this car, just like the DC2 Type R, which is regarded as one of the best front-wheel drive cars of all time, also happens to have the double wishbone suspension at the front. Double wishbone suspension, right? This is probably the peak, right? The pinnacle of suspensions. It doesn't get any better. Now, think about this, right? My FN2 Type R, McPherson set up on the front. The DC5 Integra Type R, McPherson set up at the front. Honda Accord Euro, double wishbone suspension up the front. Multi-link in the rear. So why do I say that they drive the same? Suspension, man. The suspension. You've got a high revving 4-cylinder engine, double wishbone suspension, 6-speed manual transmission, practical, 4 doors for more. I don't need to finish that. You know what to say. Nice size boot. This car, and this is why I say, like, it's perfect, right? Now, obviously there's other cars out there that are just as good, but the reason why I have such a hard time, like, deciding to sell this car is because it does it all. This is something I can take on the track and beat Type R's with. I've beaten Type R's on the track with this car. And that's why I say that this is such a capable platform. It's such a good car. Now, don't get me wrong, man. This is not the best car in the world, right? When I say it's perfect, obviously it's not like, yeah, everything about this car is immaculate. You're not going to find anything better. It's not, right? It's not. We know that. But this is essentially a jack of all trades car. It's not the best at anything in particular, but it is certainly a car that can do it all. If you're looking for something to have fun but also flies under the radar, this is the car to get. Honda Accord Euro, it's the one, man.